through the feeds, same old show. Creators playing safe, moving way too slow. Clickbait titles, they don't mean a thing. Tired of the spin, it's a one-note ring. The thumbnail's flashy, but the content flat. Same old song and dance, who needs that? Rinse and repeat like a broken record. Where's the realness? I'm feeling neglected. Come see the rolling toddies. Break the mold where the stories are real, where the truth is bold. No safety net here, just the wild and free. Like and subscribe, join the journey with me. Diving in deep with the facts on the screen. Liberal free thinking, if you know what I mean. Forget all the fluff, we're cutting the crap. Getting down to the nitty gritty, no time for a nap. I'm done with the chatter, need substance and spark. In a world full of echoes, be a shot in the dark. Come see the rolling toddies. Break the mold where the stories are real, where the truth is bold. No safety net here, just the wild and free. Like and subscribe, join the journey with me. Scroll through the moments, the laughter and tears. We conquer the silence, we face our fears. It's a reckless ride on this YouTube wave. Authentic connections, that's what we crave. So ditch the same old, let's bring the new. Real life stories waiting just for you. Unfiltered and raw, we're breaking the chain. Jump on the train, feel the passion and pain. Subscribe to the thrill, don't miss the chance. Rolling Toddies is where the real ones dance. Come see the Rolling Toddies. Break the mold where the stories are real, where the truth is bold. No safety net here, just the wild and free. Like and subscribe, join the journey with me. Now's the time to rise, to amplify the voice. In a sea of sameness, we've made the choice. So hit that button, let's spark the flame. Rolling Toddies is here, remember the name. No more masks or shadows, let's step into light. With stories that matter, we'll rise up and fight. Come see the Rolling Toddies.
Alrighty, so we're back again. So, of course, the moral of the stream is Christmas lights and a new flashlight. But first, I just spent 2 hours trying to set up an HP Windows machine, and I basically got nowhere with it because that piece of crap, Bill Gates bullshit that they created with Microsoft Experience or something like that, some bullshit of trying to set up an account, and especially for somebody that doesn't have an account, you try to set up an email through Microsoft, whatever experience, crap like that. And then it got to a point where there was this like 10-part riddle puzzle that you had to solve, and you could barely make out what the icons are and what you're supposed to be trying to like have this character stand on and stuff like that. And it was just, I spent 2 hours screwing around with it. So we'll say hello to our viewer here, ending in 806. So good evening to you. So that's my rant. It's like, why go out and buy a PC? Why can't it just be open, where you power the thing up and you can set it up old school, or you have the option of going through micro squishes crap? It's just beyond me. I'm a Mac guy. I could have had it set up in like 20 minutes, but not a Windows machine. And I think I had more trouble with this laptop that's my cousin's than I had with my little mini PC. But that's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, so it doesn't have that. It didn't have that Microsoft experience crap in it, where you have to jump through hoops and hurdles to just try to, create an account and log in and stuff like that. Just absolutely awful. But enough of my Windows rant. I hate Windows. I can't stand it. I think it's just a god-awful platform, especially nowadays with all the security crap and bullshit that, we got to prove that you're not a robot and this and that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, come on. But, so, first thing we're going to do is, I hope this works. I did this one time before. I hope the audio comes through, and I know the video will, but I have to mute my mic and actually go in my YouTube studio here, which they also changed the design on this thing. I don't know if I like it or hate it. It's pretty much the same, except that the viewer is in the center of the picture now instead of slammed over in a corner and stuff like that. So I have no idea. YouTube's always screwing around. They can't leave anything alone. So let's go over to the desktop. And I have to go over to the desktop too. So bear with me while I screw around. Let's see, bring up QuickTime. So let's see, volume's all the way up high. So I'm going to hit play, and I'm going to see if it plays the audio. So stand by. Alrighty, we're going to check out the 2025 Christmas decorations. So here in the laboratory, we're doing a little testing. I have a little live stream on this little guy. Don't know if you can see it. Probably not. Let's jack up the ISO a little bit. So I'm checking out this little guy right now. So the world's brightest flashlight, pop can style, that is fanless. So world's brightest fanless pop can type torch. So we're going to be checking that out a little later. Right now he's charging, which was pretty good. But that's not what this video is about. This is about Christmas lights. So, of course, here in the lab, we got the traditional, since I was a kid, laboratory Christmas tree. So it's a little 2-foot guy. And he's about 95% incandescent. So all the tulip lights or petal lights, they're all incandescent. Of course, we got the classic flicker flames, and the occasional colored ones is the True Tone bulbs. So that takes care of that little guy. And we're using the new gimbal today, the DJI, the Osmo, and of course we're using the Fruit video recorder here. So
with the Black Magic apps, but we'll see how it comes out in post with all its fancy features and stuff like that. So that's that. We'll take a little quick look over on this side a little bit. You know, you got your classic occasional lazy flicker flame. So that takes care of the laboratory tree. And of course, we got something special for the outside stuff today because of the it's actually snowing outside, so everything is covered in snow. And of course, here is the main Christmas tree of the house. The traditional 2010 Balsam Hill. So it's the candlelight variety. And of course, it's all decorated with all its glass balls and M&Ms and a couple other little things. We'll turn up the ISO a little bit so you can see a little bit better. And of course, we got the classic Mr. and Mrs. Santa on the bottom. And then we got Mr. Roomba, or Robo-Rock, the vacuum. So that's his permanent home. Of course, you probably can't see him very well. So let me turn up the exposure a little bit so you can see him. So that's his little house. I had him in a different spot, but he was going to be in the way. Of course, with the ISO open a little bit, you can see the trees a little bit better. It's nice to have the adjustment, kind of like a DSLR, so you can adjust on the fly. So, pretty much the laboratory tree and the main tree is pretty much the same as last year. Very little changes with these two. Keep it traditional. Of course, if you look at the video last year, maybe I swapped Mr. and Mrs. Santa's positions, where it's in a different spot. So that takes care of that. So now we'll go outside and out in the snow and check out the Christmas lights out in the snow. Of course, as you can see, it's snowing out. There we go. We'll go out and check out the trees. Everything looks real nice, covered in snow. Let me turn the ISO down a little bit because everything is super bright out here. This little tree has the new RGB glow bulbs on it that I had last year, but they got full of water. So a little bit too much snow on it. Kind of takes away from it. Of course, we got the big tree. 2012 Balsam Hill, pre-lit incandescent with all the LED optional stuff. And of course, the ground lights are all buried in snow, so probably got about 3 inches of snow out here. So hopefully this stuff don't hang around for too long. Of course, I still got the classic snowflake and the hurricane lanterns, and with the photography filters on it. So they stay on all night. Got my homemade trippy drippies. Which are probably going to be retired after this season for the more robust trippy drippies. But they're still working after all these years, so only one took a real beating. Where it's actually got a an LED that broke off right there. So he actually the wires broke off, probably from these things swinging in the wind. He did pretty good. So all the effort went into this tree this year with the additional trippy drippies. The Pro Christmas tree, might as well call this one, because everything from this tree comes from Christmas designers. So this year I started last year buying stuff, so several strings of C7 in red and gold, and the Pro Christmas C9 ground lights that I got planted into the ground. And of course the Christmas designers, like I said, everything is Christmas designers on here, 100%, except for the mini lights. So the mini lights and the slow twinkles are, the steady burns are from 1000 bulb, and the twinkles are from Christmas lights, etc. But everything else is Christmas designer for Christmas. So this year I did buy 5 more 12-inch tubes in the warm white. So I'm going to see if them tubes go on sale at the end of the season, because I want to get 9 more of the 24-inch so I can retire the my homemade ones, or maybe just relocate them to something else. So there's 9 tubes up there, so I'll just get 9 24-inch, because that's what them are that I made, 24 inches long, and just get some SP1 wire, some clamp on sockets, and make a new string. But that's the showpiece over there for this year. That's where I put the most money. And that little guy right there, he looks pretty good. He's nice and bright. So far I'm liking the new gimbal. We'll see how the software does with the iPhone, with the Blackmagic app behind the lens. But I said earlier that the from what I noticed with the specifications, that the f-stop is 1.8 or 1.6 or something like that. So that should be pretty good to do this stuff and make it look decent. I know I tried to do this with the iPhone 12 and it wasn't having it. It just looked like crap. So from what I seen in the screen, this looks pretty good. Of course, I can change lenses here. That's the benefit of the multiple camera lenses on this thing. Just have to back up a little bit to get it all. So something a little different for this year. Instead of the plain Jane lights, you get all the lights under the snow. So everything looks a little extra special and a little different. There we go. Everything in shot. So, I guess that's it for this particular video. If I live stream this, I will have a few additional comments, just so people don't freak out and say, okay, we'll see you later. So that's it, the Christmas lights of 2025. And before you know it, it'll be time to take it all down. So now, I guess I'll do a little snow blowing. Ew. Catch you on the flip side.
Take it off mute. So there you have it, the 2025 Christmas display. So the primary majority of it is still the same. As of course you can see that I changed attire here because we're going to go outside in a little while. So it's 20 degrees. It's too cold out to be monkeying around. So when I stated the red and gold tree, I said C7 lights. It's actually, they're all C9 flex filament. So, and I did the color pattern of double red, double yellow, and a flashy, or a twinkle, LED style twinkle. And then, of course, the Pro Christmas 36-inch, 24-inch, and 12-inch of the snowfall / meteor tubes are on it. The Pro Christmas ball on top, and Pro Christmas version. I don't know if it's I don't remember if it's Pro Christmas or some other brand of the LED strobe. It's got the little bit slower flash than the big tree. That's got the really rapid flash type strobes on it. Very nice setup. Probably going to be going on with that color theme for that tree for quite a length of time, because I spent a lot of money and time creating that, and I don't change lights all the time unless there's something new and fantastic. Otherwise, everything stays the same. The same concept. So that's just the way I am, and stuff like that for the Christmas lights. But like I said, I'm just waiting for the hopefully, and I highly doubt it, that by the end of the year, the Pro Christmas, the snowfall tubes will go on sale for I don't see any more than like 10-20%, stuff like that, which really is nothing. You're not really saving anything like that. So that takes care of the Christmas light segment. And now for the second half of the video, the torch. So this was another one of the things that I got on the days leading up to the Black Friday sale. So I got this early, and I think I got it like 30% off or something like that. So it took a $200 torch and brought it down to like 135 or something like that. So this is the world's brightest 60,000 lumen on a 4-cell system. So it's got 4 cells, your 2100s, and it's a fanless design. So they make this company made at one time, and it's not available right now, an 80,000 lumen 8-cell torch. But that's no longer sold. Otherwise, I would have got that one because it's cooler. But this is good enough for what it is. So this is one of my, of course, if you watch the channel, I got plenty of torches. I got the good torches. I got the crappy China Pride ones, and everything in between. I showed them off with various intensities out, I think YouTube shorts and stuff like that. I got a bunch of them between Maglite, that's standard, and the one I upgraded, and then Phoenixes and Coasts and Warriors and the M5 whatever, I don't remember the brand. Brightest tactical torch, and then I got the floodlight, the more floody type crap. you know, just because it's different. You know, the Warrior, another Warrior FL, so super bright, ridiculously for 18650s. And I got, you know, like I said, the China Prides that are decent, and some are better than others. Where you turn it on, you push and hold the switch, and it turns off. Then you get the ones that are stupid. Then you got to go through all kinds of different modes and this and that, and blah blah blah. So this is my first pop can style. So that's the brand of it. So it's still available. This particular one is still available. And of course, you've seen in the Christmas video that I was playing around with it. So I charged it up and stuff like that. I don't have my overhead camera hooked up because I'm going to be disconnecting the face camera, and I'm going to move this whole rig out to the kitchen so I can use the remote. Hopefully it keeps connection so we can go out in the backyard and light up the night. So I'll have to show you this way. So destruction manuals, spare set of gaskets, USB charging cable, USB the USB cord, because this torch also doubles as a power delivery power bank, which is quite awesome. And of course, you get your standard USB-A to USB-C charge cable to charge it up and stuff like that. And it's got a shoulder strap. And of course, I bought this particular torch with the Molicel 700. I believe they are 4 amp hours a piece. So instead of me, you know, going to a different store and buying 700s, that just says screw it, just get it all in one package and stuff like that. So 4 of them at 4 amp hours. And of course, the torch itself. So it's a multi-element LED. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 elements in there. I don't remember what the specifications, then we'll look at the specifications for it. Of course, there's a lot of videos on here on the YouTubes with this thing and blah, blah, blah. Specification: body is 6063 aluminum alloy material with a hard coat anodizing. The lens is a double-side AR coated toughened glass, 98% light transmission. Color is black. 4 21700s. Springs are silver plated copper alloy with low internal resistance. Charging display Type C bidirectional. Charging port available. The indicator light of the switch is red when charging, and when it comes blue, it's fully charged. Charging time for 4,000 milliamp at 21700 takes about an hour, which is true because I did charge this up after shooting the Christmas display, and it slowly ramps up to 5 amps at 19 volts. Ridiculous. Somebody actually used some common sense and some common wit and say, you know what, we got a good horsepower torch, a lot of battery behind it. We need to get this thing to charge up fast. I like that. 5 amps. I was looking at my USB meter here when I come out, going in and out of the room. I went, because it started at, you know, amp and a third, amp and a quarter, amp and 2/4, and it was like, it just started ramping up. 3 amps, 4 amps, and peaked out at 5 amps. It was nuts. Of course, 8 LEDs. There are the SFN60, highest level bright light, and I got the one that is between 5 and 55 kelvins. Normal waterproof, not a diving light. Dimension is 177 millimeters long by 90. The head is 90 millimeters, and it is 61 millimeters tall by 57 with the handle, blah, blah, blah. Net weight is 180 grams. And gross weight with the batteries is 1,690 grams. Packing list is one HK08 flashlight, O-ring, product instruction, carrying straps, USB, charging cables, and stuff like that. And it tells you the quick start guide, ramping. So it's got a nice ramping feature. You push and hold the button. It goes from dim all the way to the super bright. Not quite into turbo mode. And it gives you a quick little flash to tell you that you're at the top end. Very cool. Extremely bright. You do double clicks to access the turbo mode and SOS, strobe, and tactical strobe. And there's a couple other different features on here, blah, 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 and stuff like that. So there's stall mode in here, and lockout mode, and ramping, step ramping, switch, blah, blah, blah. 3 clicks, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go over all the like stall mode and stuff like that, because it's something that you're very rarely going to use. So you're going to just, all you want is to have it turn on, ramp it up to whatever brightness you want. If you want turbo mode, you just double click it and you're done. It's very simple. And the turbo mode lasts as long, I don't remember if there's a time frame, but I do know that there is a temperature cutoff. So it reaches a certain cutoff. Double click quickly in any mode to enter extremely bright. When the temperature of the flashlight reaches 60 C, there will be a temperature control protection function, and the brightness will slowly dim down to 6,000 lumens. And continue to be on for a long time, about 60 minutes. Bright gear, the flashlight temperature will rise to a high brightness even when it is below 48 degrees. So it's 20 degrees outside, so it probably get a good extended period of turbo mode and stuff like that. So that's all the specifications and the show and tell of the torch here. So we'll take off the protective lining that protects the lens, and of course here it is. Of course it says, like I said, it's a pop can type torch, meaning that the body of the torch is about the same diameter as a regular pop can. So that's why they call it a pop can torch or flashlight, however you want to call it. And it's got a nice carrying handle, because this, I assume that in time this whole body is going to probably become warm enough where it'll be uncomfortable to hold it at a certain time. So it gives you a little go handle, and of course it gives you the ability to smash somebody in the head with this thing if you have to. And operating button is right here, so clicky clacky, double click, push and hold, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. And then the charging port is right here. USB-C, of course, because we're in 2025, or I should say 2026. Everything should be just about all USB-C by now. So we'll untwist the tail cap, and from what I noticed when I had this apart earlier, that this tail cap is keyed. So the tail cap here, you see on the top, there's a pin. Pin lines up with the corresponding female hole. So you can only put it in one way, otherwise it'll fight you every step of the way. And of course, all the polarity is marked inside the body of the torch. I don't know if you can see it very well. I can't see it. That's a pretty good shot right there. You can tell where they should be. So the brassy parts get the tip of the lithium cell, and then the other part, which are the springs, get the flat side. So very simple. So we'll just populate the cells. We'll line up our key, because it can only go in one way. and we'll tighten it down. And it don't have to be super tight. So now we are locked and loaded. So we'll go ahead just for right now until I move everything outside. See if this turns into a complete clusterfuck. So we'll turn the torch on. Of course, I left that on dim mode, or the lowest setting for getting started here. So, like the instructions say, push and hold for the ramp up. So we'll go ahead and see that little flash. That is maximum brightness. And this thing is stupid. I like it. Look how it's just washing everything out. Especially the shitty cameras. It's only a web camera, so. And of course, I pointed at the ceiling. I like the whole freaking room. And of course, if I shine it right at the camera, yeah, there you go. That's what you're going to see if I shine it in your face. That's ridiculous. And that's on high. That's not even turbo mode. So there's the dimmest setting. So plenty of light. And it says, as the instructions say, double click in any mode and you'll get turbo. So we're going to double click. Boom! Look at that. Floods it right out. That's stupid. Look at that. It's even brighter in here now. Holy shit. God damn. And then double click. Like I said, double click for all your various modes. So we're going to double click. So that's turbo. There is the strobe. And the strobe, all the various silly modes are all in the turbo mode. So there's the SOS. And then the tactical strobe. Wow. That's nuts. And off. So now, it's already warm. So now we're going to attempt to take this shit show out remote. So I got my camera here on the gimbal. So I'm going to have to move quite a bit of stuff out of the way. So first thing is to switch over to the remote camera, which is still working. So you can stare at that. I got to move some stuff. And hopefully this don't turn into an absolute shit show. So hopefully I keep all connections. So I got to bring my power bank. And bring this. I'm going to move the laptop out closer to the outside walls, because I'll lose connection. Because I tried this before until I come around the backside. So hopefully this keeps connection. So now I can move this over here and you can stare at my tree. Too much? Too little? That's perfect. Now the next thing, I need to monitor myself. So I can make sure that this works. Of course, there's nobody watching at this point anyway, so I really don't care how much time I take. This is fantastic. Come on, you can do it. That should be fine. Why ain't you loading? Brilliant. Got that. I want to watch myself. There we go. Whoops. What is this thing doing? Weird. Okay, we're still alive. There's something weird going on here. What's going on here? Okay, what's that? Okay. So put this in my pocket. Then we're going to grab the torch and you, and we're going to go outside, which will probably turn into a shit show. Okay. We are outside now. So I think we're still alive. According to my camera, it is. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here we are. We're out in the backyard. And here's the ambient lighting out here. Of course, the camera makes it look brighter than it really is. So I got a tiny little backyard, so you guys will have to deal with it. So I'll have to turn the volume down on this one because I can hear myself. Okay, so this is what I got. So I got the torch in my hand. So the yard is about 30 feet. So we're going to turn the light on. Of course, if you remember, I left it on low. So here's low. So whatever lumens that is. So that's what it looks like. Panning around and looking up in the tree and all that other good stuff. So now we're going to ramp it up. So I'm going to kind of guess we're medium. Well, I'm just going to put it all the way up on high. So there's high. I'm just waiting for myself to pan up because I got a delay. Because there's some idiot out here turning around. So here is high. This thing is sick. So lighting up the night is no problem. Okay, so now we're going to double click and we're going to put this thing in turbo mode. Whoa! So, talk about lighting up the night. It's actually bright enough I can actually turn the lights off. I think I just turned off the... Okay, so it dimmed itself down now, so it went into its little protection mode where it turned itself down. So there's a bunch of trees out in the backyard, in the neighbors' yards that we can see. So they're like a couple 100 feet away. And we'll put them on turbo mode. Wow. That's cool. Look at the thing on dead low. The head of this flashlight, just for that couple of minutes, it's roasting hot. So now it's warm enough where it's always going to go into protection mode all the time. So that's pretty cool. And off. So that was pretty good little demonstration here, and that head is hot. So I'm going to go venture out in the front and see how far this signal actually carries. And we'll look at the lights again with no snow on the trees. Of course, I don't have any of the Black Magic app running, so whatever the camera is going to pick up. So actually, I'm pretty far away now. I'm getting better connection than I did last time, maybe because of the phone. Because last time I did it with the iPhone 12. So it didn't like getting very far away from the base or the laptop streaming machine. So here's what everything looks like with 90% less snow on it. Whoops. I'm actually surprised it's keeping connection. Amazing. Oh, it froze up. So I'll just get my torch. We'll go back in the house. This thing is still warm. So there we go. So that was the little tour. Actually got out pretty further than I did the last time. With the, now the gimbal's not happy. What the hell? little brief view of the tree. Of course, it doesn't look as good through live streaming than it did with the video that I shot earlier this week. It was on Tuesday, and today is Friday. So the gimbal is also low on battery power. So let me reset it. Yeah, it's not going to be happy. So at least I can disconnect it. So, with that being said, I guess we'll end the stream here. So, for those who are watching live, thanks for watching. And for those who watch the replay, and be sure you do all that YouTube crap of comment, rate, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next live stream, whenever that will be. So, until then, if I don't have another live stream, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that other good stuff. Until next time, take care.
Let the colors unfold. In a world of routine, the stories grow. But here in our haven, creativity flows. With laughter, with passion, see how it glows. Every video crafted a piece of our heart. Dare to be different, be a part of the art. From the corridors of time to the realms of the mind. Rolling Tony's captures what you're seeking to find. So many voices, so many dreams. It's a place where time.